Alright, we're recording.
I'm digging this. Cat.
Jimmy, give me... Take the bass for a walk.
Sure, son.
Tommy. Splash on those drums.
I played a finger snap.
Alright. That's so nice.
You are actually listening to a podcast. Welcome.
Yeah. Welcome to... No name.
No name yet, yeah.
But let's... I'm Sean.
I'm Jesse.
Let's discuss some possible names for this podcast real quick. I'm sure we'll title it something, but it could
It
could be something that we haven't even thought of yet.
If you see no title, that means you failed.
I don't know what happens when you don't title a video on YouTube.
It probably would say something back to you. Like,
it goes viral. Everyone searches for it. What do we think of? We thought of
random talk, like D-U-M-B in the middle.
Talk.
Dumb. Which, it's kind of what the mood we're setting.
Mm-hmm.
It really is random. We're just talking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And, we like to talk about dumb things sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Dumb things.
Yeah.
And we never want to be taken too seriously in our podcast, so if we say something...
If you've made it
charge
to this point, you're not taking us too seriously. So that's a good sign,
Yeah. What other... An Earful. That was another title. An Earful.
Yeah, an Earful.
The podcast. And then the episode number or something. It wouldn't be an episode, would it? It would be...
Oh, I just thought of a really punny one. Earful of corn. Like corny, earful of corn.
That's
actually pretty clever. That was on the spot.
Write that down.
We'll have it in the podcast to listen back to.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'll be editing out our silly...
Okay, so you could find it easier.
Oh.
So there,
yeah, I'll edit that out. Don't worry, guys.
You'll search for the sound right there. That's when
I'll see that.
That's when we'll know. You might have to turn that down. Actually,
I will.
That actually hurt my hands. So.
Hurts hands in podcast.
Yeah. Play a clip.
Well, yeah.
You could actually see it.
We'll have video eventually, I'm sure, to match. Just so you video lovers
so this isn't very...
who are not driving and listening
can
enjoy our faces.
Yeah. Before we start, I just want to thank our sponsor. We do have a sponsor. And I would like to thank Granny's Sweaters for sponsoring this video. Granny's Sweaters will make you a one-size-fits-all hamster sweaters. Very specific company. One-size-fits-all Granny Sweaters have employed thousands upon thousands of grandmas that have so much extra love to give, so much excess love that they can't give their grandkids, that they put into each one of their hamster sweaters. Each hamster sweater is biodegradable and 100% made of processed fabrics. We have warehouses of grandmas. All constant rotation of grandmas. Go to grandmasweaters.com/earful of corn. Use the code.
Use the code. You will
corn.
Thank us later.
Use the code. You'll thank us later. Corn to get 10% off your first 12 hamster sweaters.
Oh. Let's be clear, these are for your hamster.
Yeah. Even though they're one size fits all.
Yeah. You
Rodents.
could technically wear them.
Yeah. Thank you, Grandma Sweaters.
Biodegradable, like that was ever an issue.
It was
with clothing.
You know.
Honest to grains.
I saw a documentary on that.
That's a problem, actually.
I saw a documentary on that garbage pile in the ocean. That big island of garbage.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And I saw a dolphin choking on one. Choking
on a hamster sweater. So they're not that quickly
it was stuck in its
degrade.
It was stuck in its flow.
Oh, okay. So that's where they're going with the biodegradable thing.
So now
they kind of had their heyday in.
We still need to
being in the spotlight for that, huh?
They still need to sell the non-biodegradable ones, so please buy them so we can start making the biodegradable ones. Please keep buying them, and then don't use them. Use them and then recycle them.
Non-recyclable.
Yeah. So that we can start on the biodegradable. They last about 2 weeks and then they're gone. So you need to keep buying them. Because hamster colds are a real thing. I know it's cute when they sneeze, but it's horrible for them. Alright. So we've been neglecting telling each other stuff so we could tell stuff on the podcast. You specifically, not me.
If I can remember.
I've told you everything.
Yeah. Well, I told you about my phone.
I'll
kind of recount that. Act like I never told you.
What happened to your phone, Jesse?
Well,
did it break?
Did
it fall in the toilet?
It didn't fall in the toilet.
Did it get run over?
It did not get run over.
Did a dog eat it?
The dog did not eat it.
Okay, continue. I'm sorry for interrupting.
So
I won't interrupt anymore.
So basically,
I swear it.
I have a Blue Studios phone, and it's an Android phone, obviously, not an iPhone. So basically, it said it was ready for an update for the first time. I updated, and it turned off like normal, and then rebooted. But then instead of like taking me to the lock screen, it took me to like basically it asked for a password for startup.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, okay, I set up a PIN, a 4-digit PIN. So I was like, beep, bop, boop, bop. And then it was like, wrong password.
I want my phone to make those noises. Beep, bop, boop, bop.
So basically...
texting in public. On the subway. Beep, bop, boop, bop, boop, bop, doop, bop.
It could be like the scatting app for your keyboard.
I get really good, so it's like beep, bop, boop, boop.
You're just like texting your friend. So anyway, I was like, but then you realize you're actually typing scat instead of just hearing it.
Yeah,
that would get really confusing.
It's actually typing out beep bop, so I can't type any letters.
To communicate through scat.
I need a translator.
Oh yes.
All right, continue. Sorry, I won't interrupt.
We will. That's our get rich quick scheme for the App Store.
Yeah.
Anyway,
scat app.
So anyway, I was saying basically, it was like wrong password, and I was like, well, that's the only password I've ever set up for this phone other than my fingerprint. And I just started typing in passwords that I've set up before in accounts like the Google account. Nothing worked, and then I was just like, okay, this is frustrating. So I looked up the problem on the laptop, and apparently other people have had this problem. So I was like, well, maybe there's an answer. So I like scrolled through some threads, read a lot, you know. Some of it was a little too technical for me, so I just tried out what I understood. None of it worked, and it basically what I learned from the threads is you basically have to like factory reset your phone when you come into this problem, and they tell you how to do that from the screen. Otherwise you wouldn't know how unless you're like a tech person. And so I did that, and so I like lost my photos and video and all that. Learned my lesson there.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, really weird glitch for software to have. Like, it just asks for a password that basically doesn't exist. I mean, it does, I think.
Somewhere it made it.
But yeah, who knows? Apparently not even like the people who I was reading about in the thread actually called like their service, like their phone provider, and they didn't even know. And it was like, why is this a problem? I don't understand. But yeah, so that's what happened to me. Very weird. And now my phone is up and running again. But yeah, kind of a hassle.
Learned your lesson.
So let us know if you've had that same problem. And if you solved it, well, good for you.
Tell it to your phone or whatever you're listening to right now. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right. Just to get some audience interaction. So, I thought of a fun topic we could talk about. Like, I just think of stuff.
Is it topical?
Yeah. I think of stuff, and then I write it down, and then I want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
What would be a funny game show? And I thought of one. I'm not sure if I told you this before, but I'm going to start not telling you stuff so we could talk about it on the podcast. But
yeah,
this game show, and I might want to make a video on it or something, where it like starts out all intense, like maybe a drone shot flying over woods, and it's like, this summer we take one person and we just drop them in Alaska, and the whole point of the game show is to find one person in Alaska. Just
I like how you call it a game show, but
Yeah.
it's like a reality show.
and we just they film themselves, and we just follow them around with the helicopter, and they just gotta find one
Helicopter
person
now, updated from a drone.
Yeah. Well, the drone shot coming or something, I don't know, but they just gotta find one person, and then they win. Because I just thought about it as would be really funny, because Alaska's so barren, and I think it's the least populated state we have. I could
There
be
are
wrong.
big cities in Alaska, you know.
Yeah,
Like
but
skyscrapers.
I'm gonna look that up. But I thought that would be funny.
Oh, you got two phones.
Yeah.
What a problem.
Okay, Google. What's the least populated state?
Wyoming, according to
Oh,
Wyoming. Ching 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 ching.
Well,
You lose.
well.
Wait, what does it say? Is that in succession to each other?
I
Alaska is by far the least densely populated. So you were kind of right in a way because it's the least densely populated.
Yeah. So,
That makes sense too.
man, what's going on in Wyoming that's not going on?
No, I think it's just a lot of flat. It's probably a lot of farmland, you know,
Well,
where
there's mountains
not people
in this
living
picture,
on the farm, you know.
and there's a city right there. I'm gonna
Well,
look
yeah,
up
but that's
pictures
one picture.
of Wyoming.
Do you live in Wyoming?
Okay,
Probably
Google.
not.
Okay, Google.
The
Okay,
consensus is you do not live in Wyoming.
Wha-
I'm sorry, Wyoming. Wyoming. Wyomings. I'm so sorry that I'm butchering your name.
I would not have guessed.
Please tell me
Wyoming
how
is
you
right
say
there.
plural Wyomings.
I'm looking at pictures of Wyoming, and apparently they got dinosaurs there,
That's where they're keeping them.
and they got silhouettes of bison everywhere.
Uh-huh. Accurate is everything we've said.
It looks pretty cool.
It's showing mostly like maps and bison. I don't see where you're seeing like cool stuff.
Well, how do you look? Wyoming.
What are you trying
cool
to search
stuff.
for? Oh, wow,
Ooh,
that is
there's,
cool.
there's
Actually.
actually like a.
Look up Wyoming cool stuff, and you'll see what we're seeing.
There's a lot of cool stuff.
Google Images.
Wow, thanks.
Wait,
Google.
what is that at the top though? Like that color rainbow of. It's like it's where the rainbow ends. That's the puddle where the rainbow ends.
Yeah.
Is that not?
Oh, it's Yellowstone.
Well, but what is it?
It's
Lava?
Sure.
Why is it
Let me
blue?
look. Let's take a look. Let's research. In Wyoming, the Wild West comes alive. One of the most sparsely populated states in the U.S., Wyoming is a land of rugged landscapes, rich tribal lands. Racist. Rodeos, rich cowboy towns.
Probably a white male who wrote this article.
And some of the world's greatest wilderness
Privileged.
areas. Check your privilege. Yellowstone, with its geothermal wonders, together with spectacular Grand Teton.
Oh,
Teton.
Teton, yeah.
Let's call it Teton National Park, comprised one of the largest impact temperate zone ecosystems on the planet. I want to go. I'm done reading. But type in Wyoming cool stuff, and there's this really cool mountain that looks like it's...
It looks like it was a tree at one point. Did we chop that down?
Yeah, let's not get into that right now. Next podcast, that's a good topic for next time. We'll discuss conspiracies and like weird stuff if we remember.
Don't count on it.
Now you'll see in the time code that we have to remember something. You'll see a little blip on the audio. Ooh, look at this lady. She's cool.
Wow, yeah.
Cool stuff.
Okay,
Wyoming.
yeah, you can't really see what we're seeing, but we'll probably edit this out anyway, so that's okay. Don't worry about it. Why are you worrying?
There's a mastodon. I'm pretty sure it's a mastodon.
So what was the other thing I was holding out on you for? It's like,
Oof, I don't know, because you didn't say it.
well, but you should know.
Wyoming, keep calm and cowboy on. Apparently there's a lot of cowboys there.
Uh-huh. Or a lot of cowboy posers.
Yeah.
Because I doubt they're actual cowboys.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Who knows? We don't want to offend anyone in Wyoming. So, you know that I work in a... I'm going to talk about stuff since you're still thinking about stuff.
Wait, are
that
you
don't
talking to
talk
me?
about. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to...
I was like, they don't know anything.
Okay.
I mean, no, that's
Have you
rude.
thought
I'm
of the
sorry.
thing that you
That's not,
haven't
like,
said yet?
supposed to be an insult. It's just, you don't know anything about us, really.
We're 17 minutes into this podcast. Have you...
Maybe not.
Did you
They
think...
might be looking at the time and being like, they're 3 minutes in. How much did they edit out?
Yeah. We're starting.
Man, they're boring.
Starting now.
Yeah. Welcome to the podcast, by the way, if you're just joining us somehow miraculously, even though this is not radio.
Yeah, that reminds me of our podcast sponsor.
Oh, Lord. Which one?
We're sponsored by...
Yes, think about it.
It's hard to think of stuff.
I mean, there's no pause. There hasn't been a pause.
Never mind. Moving on. I need to think of... I have them written down, I think. Maybe. But, did you think of what we were going to talk about that you thought of, but then you didn't want to say it because you wanted to discuss on the podcast? If not, or if you still have time, I have something that I wanted to talk about.
No.
Well, you and I are both kind of fans of the actor Andy Serkis, right?
Oh, yeah.
He played Gollum in both The Hobbit and in the three...
More importantly,
Lord of the Rings, the far better movies. Well, I just wanted to admire this guy. Because this guy, he is... he was in the Lord of the Rings trilogy. He was in The Hobbit. He was in Nutmeg, the dog. Chill out. You should hold her. Nutmeg is my dog.
Come here. Come here. You want to go out or something?
Probably. You could let her out.
I'll let her out.
Alright, I'll start talking. Well, we both admire the actor Andy Serkis. Because he's an awesome dude. He is like the leading actor. I'm not sure how to say this. The leading actor for like
Okay, what I
motion capture. He's like leading man for motion capture technology. Like, he will put on
Really?
a suit
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
and act his heart out. He was
Yeah, like the river. Sorry to interrupt, but the river scene in the Lord of the Rings. I don't know which one it was, 1, 2, or 3, but he's like catching a fish, and he's like kind of swimming / stumbling in a stream
Mhm.
and catching a fish, and he actually did that in like the freezing cold of winter
Yeah.
in a dry suit. I don't know. I was watching the behind the scenes, and he's a dedicated actor, that's for sure.
Yeah. And now he just finished up the Planet of the Apes series, and he did all the motion capture, which those are amazing movies.
Right.
Highly underrated movies. Like, I own all 3.
Yeah.
And he did an amazing job with those, really bringing the character of Caesar to life. And he's now in he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Really?
He plays this character, this villain named Claw. And
Claw?
Yeah, he has. I
Like our
forget.
friend?
I forget his name. It's like the villain's name. It's like I forget.
Claw!
But he first showed up in Avengers: Age of Ultron, the second Avengers movie. He had a quick cameo, and Ultron chopped off his arm because in every, I don't know if you know this, quick trivia, in every Marvel Cinematic movie, someone gets their arm chopped off.
That's not trivia. That's a fact.
Did you say that's not true? That's a fact.
No, that's not. That's not trivia. That's a fact.
Well,
'Cause
no,
you didn't
no,
ask
no,
me.
no. Well, if someone wants to
Oh, use it as trivia.
it's trivial.
Well, it is trivial. That is true.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it. I don't know, but it's actually why
They
they do
don't.
it. It's an homage to like the Empire Strikes Back for some reason.
Why don't
Because-
people like it?
Because a lot of dogs everywhere are amputees, and they have to cover their dog's eyes every time the movie plays, every time that scene plays out. I know.
You just so confused me. I was like, what are you talking about?
That's why it's trivial.
Anyway. Go on.
Well, now he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. That's crazy how many franchises this guy's a part of. And also, and now he's going to be in the Black Panther movie as the main villain. Or, I guess there's 2 villains in that movie, and he's one of them. And he has a robot hand.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that is.
Black Panther? He was in Civil War. He was the guy in the black cat suit.
Mm-hmm. Don't remember that, but...
What? Okay, we need to watch it later. Or you could just borrow it, because I have it right up there.
Okay.
You could borrow it, because it's really good. Really good movie. Underrated. That's Captain America Civil War is underrated. But he's in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And in The Force Awakens, he plays Snoke. Supreme Leader Snoke. This dude...
yeah.
this-
Okay, I did know that. Yeah.
Yeah, and now he's going to be in...
So he's in Star Wars. He's gonna be in the Marvel
He is
movie. He's been in Lord of the Rings.
Planet
was
of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes. He was in The
He was-
Prestige. That was a good movie.
Yeah, he was the volleyball. He was Wilson in Castaway.
He did
the motion capture.
motion capture.
He if you look at the behind the scenes,
And if you
he's
really
sit-
look at the face,
yeah,
you will not unsee Andy on that ball.
he's actually sitting there, curled in a ball, sitting on a rock, while Tom Hanks is scraping on the wood. Wouldn't happen to have a match, would you?
Oh.
And he had to sit on the branch, tied to that branch, floating at sea, and then he fell off and floated out to sea, smiling away as he's drifting away.
Now that's good acting.
He was the seagulls in Sully that hit the plane. He did the motion capture.
That took a few takes.
He was all the seagulls. He did the motion. No, they were Canadian geese. He was all the Canadian geese for the movie Sully. Jeez. What else has he been in? Jeez, that's funny.
So yeah, Andy Serkis. What a guy.
Yeah, man, and what else is he gonna pop? What other franchise could he pop up in, or should he pop up in?
I think he should direct the new Redwall movies that have not been explored.
What has he directed though?
I don't know.
Oh. He. Okay, this is just interesting news, not just interesting factoid. You know the Jungle Book movie that came out?
No.
He was actually directing a Jungle Book movie
a separate one.
at the same time.
Did that come out?
No.
Oh, it didn't.
So Disney started on theirs first, and they got theirs together first, and so they released it. And Andy Serkis's Jungle Book was supposed to come out like a year later. And when did that 2016? Early 2016?
Definitely seems like over a year ago.
Early 2016, I believe.
Maybe not though.
Anyway, whatever. It was so good. That movie is amazing. Very so I think the studio and him made the decision to push it back.
Yeah.
And so currently in time, it does not come out because they're like, is this going to be compared to the Disney version?
In competition.
Let me just look at the cast list real quick, because Andy Serkis's Jungle Book has a crazy, famous cast.
Oh, really?
And it's pretty crazy that they're delaying it because I'm sure they have
makes
confidence in the film because of the amazing cast, but I've never heard of something this big and with this kind of budget.
Be delayed like this?
Be delayed with such a crazy...
I mean, I can see them not wanting to compete with a huge Disney movie that was amazing, and it's the same movie, basically. I mean, in a sense, it's the Jungle Book, so... I mean...
Yeah.
I can see where they're coming from in delaying it, but I'm excited for it.
Okay, let me just... the cast has Kate Blanchett as
Oh,
Ka.
nice. Hey, she was in...
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it was
As
funny
Hela.
because I didn't recognize her first, but I was like,
Yeah.
she seems familiar. How do you not recognize Kate Blanchett? But she was all makeup and stuff.
Yeah, and
I was like, oh, it was at the very end. I was like, she is a good actress.
yeah, she's amazing. She's won multiple Academy Awards. Fun fact about Thor Ragnarok that people should know: Kate Blanchett, played who in Lord of the Rings? Galadriel, and the guy Scourge. He played that character in Lord of the Rings too. I forget his name.
Aemir.
Aemir. Yeah.
Aemir.
Yeah.
As the American says it.
And yeah, so that's pretty cool. So they have Kate Blanchett as Ka, Christian Bale as Bagheera,
What?
Benedict Cumberbatch as Shere Khan, Andy Serkis. He's directing and he's playing Baloo.
Oh, nice.
And they got Naomi Harris as Nisha, Eddie Marshall as Vihan, I don't know, and other people.
Tom Hollander. Wasn't he in Netflix huge show Stranger Things?
I don't think so.
No?
Mm-mm.
Maybe he just looks like him.
Yeah.
Somewhat in that photo to me.
Yeah. So they delayed that movie, which is very... So we don't know when it's going to come out. I haven't heard anything in over a year about any news about when this movie's going to come out. So enough about that. That's...
He's been too busy monkeying around.
Which I wish he would... I wish they would do a fourth Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
That movie is
Well, what's
really
he working on right now, currently?
good. I'm not sure what... Let's look it up. What does... Talk. What is I'm gonna look up what Andy Serkis is doing right now.
Hey, my name is Jesse, and I like to eat messy. Yeah, I really don't remember what I was going to tell you. Probably will take that to my grave,
Mm-hmm.
which I am in right now.
6 feet under. What would be on your grave, Jesse?
My grave, like my tombstone?
Yeah.
Or growing on top of it?
Both.
I think growing on top of it, I would have, like, something unique, grabby, like...
An apple tree.
Like... No, not an apple tree. I don't know, something deathy. Something growing that's kind of counterintuitive, though. Huh.
Mm-hmm.
Weird that I've never thought about this before. Do you have your information? 'Cause I'm
No, I was thinking of what to put on your grave. I was thinking like...
Oh. You think about this often?
Yeah.
After I kill him, I need to... Oh, I mean...
What your quote was in the...
Oh, yeah.
He was just
I'm
a
still,
boy.
I'm still alive.
I'm still alive.
I just will have on my tombstone, just, I'm still alive.
Yeah.
Oh, it'll drive the conspiracy nuts.
Whoa. Andy Serkis's nickname is Golem.
Okay.
He was born in London, I think. That's what it says here. But I can't find his latest stuff.
It's probably on Wikipedia, like his latest project.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at his IMDb, and usually people... I can't find it. Done. Not gonna waste time on this anymore. I'm gonna think of something else to talk about. Well, how long do we have? How long? We're talking for 32 minutes. Jeez, who's still listening?
Weeding out the winners.
Yeah. This is so I thought that was like funny that I was like
Sean.
I was thinking of what would be funny to put on what would be funny like audio wise for a podcast, like, and I was like, okay, what, there's a question and a topic that I'd like to talk about. What is your tennis noise, Jesse?
Bop.
Because I noticed like when they're playing tennis, it's like hop.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about now. Mine would be bop.
Yeah, just playing a serious tournament.
But it would get like louder in aggression. Just like bop. And that's like the winning stroke.
Yeah, that's...
And that's how they die, and it's super annoying to them because it's just like, I'm just like bop. And they're just like, he's so good though.
Yeah.
In this fantasy, I'm good at tennis.
Yeah.
I've never played a day in my life.
We played tennis once, but not seriously.
Wait, you and I?
Yeah, at the Dream Playground, we like we're hitting it super far. Like
I vaguely remember this. Sean gets annoyed at me because I don't remember things.
we should play tennis though.
Yeah, actually, I've wanted to play tennis. Have you wanted to play tennis?
No.
No, not you.
Oh.
I was talking to the audience.
Answer
Interrupting.
right now.
Sorry, go ahead.
My phone's at 1%. Hopefully I'm talking about everything that I wanted to talk about. Oh, one thing that I thought of recently that is kind of interesting to think about. Like, that I thought was kind of funny when I started thinking. Because my mind works like...
He's making the I'm crazy sign, by the way.
twirling my finger around my
Ear or temple.
my temple.
Yeah.
My brain, like, I think, like, thinks of scenarios and tries to make them funny. Because instantly when I think about something, I think it's funny. Like, so here it goes. He's letting Nutmeg in my room. Come on in, Nutmeg. Come on. Come on. Maybe she needs to be let out. Need to go potty? Yes. She needs to go potty. Well, Jesse's going on doing a little, I think it's called ASMR, where they just talking to the mic, and then just whisper real nice. I don't know why people like to listen to it, but I think it's soothing, and I think they really like it. And so that's why I think Jesse's a loser, and I think, anyway.
Hey, I'm back. What'd you talk about?
Nothing.
Nothing?
What was I talking about? Oh, I thought it was a funny thing to think about. Why we don't just see dead bodies everywhere. Because people are dying all the time. Like right now, someone died. Right now.
Probably because you don't
Right
work
now.
At the morgue.
Right now. But I thought, like...
We know somebody who does body removals.
Yes.
That's why you don't see him.
Yes.
He's working hard.
So if you see him somewhere, not a good sign.
Just like see that friend of yours who's a person who works in body removal. He's like, where are you keeping him?
Yeah.
Man, you're fast.
But like I thought it was a funny concept that like, because people die all the time, like all the time everywhere, and we never see it. Like funny concept. Like what if like. So, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, if you look at this house here, it has a lovely interior, 2,000 square feet, and I'm not sure if that's a lot or not. I'm not a house salesman. And
it's not a lot.
20,000 square feet. Is that too much?
Wow, that's like a mansion.
10,000 square feet, and 2 floors. Oh, hold on. Step over this guy real quick. And
Wait, who's he? Anyway,
2 bathrooms, and like why not? Why is that never a thing? That like I just thought it was funny just to think about. Like, honey, I told us not to drive down this road. Honey, this is the right road. I know this is the right road. Like, why does that never happen? With how many thousands of people die, and who knows?
Well, not those exact scenarios, but people stumble upon dead bodies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're not the ones stumbling upon them.
Okay, Google.
We're...
How many people die in the United States every day?
2,473,000.
Wow!
Are you joking me? 2 million?
2 million people.
United Nations, 2,473,018 people died in the United States.
Sheesh.
No. In
Was that
6,000 per day. In 2008, 2,400,000 died, right?
According to the United States National, 2 million blah 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 people died.
Yeah,
in the
in
United
1 year, in
States
2008.
the most. Oh.
Okay, that makes more sense. I was like, dang, they're dropping it like flies!
Yeah. Well.
2 million.
Well, that's a little less than I thought. Like
6,000
under 7,000 people die.
Maybe
every
that's
day.
why you don't see so many. There's less death than you think.
Yeah. How many people are born each day? Let's find that out.
In the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guessing it's more than 6,000 because we keep growing as a people, but...
How many people die every day in the United States?
you
Oh,
already
wait.
asked that.
I already asked that. How many people are born every day in the United States?
According to NICHD, according to data from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention in 2010, 3,999,386
Yep.
infants were born in the United States, 3% less than in 2009. The number of births fell for nearly all races and Hispanic origin groups.
So more are born for sure per year than die.
Yeah.
2.4 versus 3.9. We're growing.
Yeah.
I'm sure you all already knew that because you're very well informed and intelligent.
Yeah, you all knew that. We didn't know that. Whew, we've been talking for
Listen
30...
to us learn.
Yes. This, in case you guys didn't know, this is an educational podcast only. 100% educational. And hopefully you've been writing all this down and learning a ton, because you'll be graded on this later.
Completely serious.
Yes, completely serious. 100%
True.
a learning a learning podcast. And
About facts.
yes, facts and education. Because that's what we need. It's important that we learn stuff every day. And one thing that I was thinking about last night was that we should never trick our minds into thinking that the world is smaller than it actually is. Because the world is huge. Because a lot of times, people... a little inspirational quote from Sean. I think people go, oh, this problem, the world is huge. You got options. That's what I was thinking about last night. What were you thinking about
People
last night?
think, this problem. The world is huge. Is that what you were saying?
Yes. Sean Bennett, 2017. Or whatever year you're listening to this.
A timeless quote,
Timeless.
I'm sure.
Timeless quote. So we've been talking for 45 minutes. We should probably not go over 45 in case...
We've actually been talking 40 minutes.
40 minutes. But we should go no longer than 45. What were you thinking about last night?
Last night. Probably nothing deep. Just helping my wife pack for a trip.
So you were thinking, finally. Just kidding. Just kidding, Anna.
No, I was thinking about packing. And probably about work in the morning.
Yeah.
Super deep. Super intriguing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wowzers.
She's flying to California. I've never been to California. I would like to go someday.
Yeah, I have not gone to California as well.
I think there's just celebrities everywhere there. Like, they're just everywhere. They're just trying to live their lives, and then people going, like me, just going, Andy Serkis, take my picture. Take a picture with me.
Take my picture. Andy Serkis took this photo of me, I swear.
I would like to meet Andy Serkis. That's one of the celebrities like I would like to meet one day. That'd be sweet. Not ask him to make the Golem voice, because that's, I'm sure...
If I meet Andy Serkis, I'm definitely going to ask him to take my photo.
Yeah.
In honor of you and what you've said today.
Yeah. Sean wants a picture.
Sean would have wanted it this way. He's dead.
Yeah. He's dead. How would I die, Jesse?
Well, secretly, Andy Serkis, you've already met him, but you didn't know that he'd heard this podcast and then beat you to death.
That would be on my... That's what I would want on my tombstone. Andy Serkis beat me to death because I asked him to do the Golem voice.
No, he did his impression of Gollum all too well. Remember that choking scene in Lord of the Rings?
Yeah. He called me clever hobbits.
I thought you were reenacting it, so I filmed the whole thing.
Yeah. He called me clever.
Then he went after me, and I ran.
He said clever hobbits as he choked me out.
To climb so high. Oh. Yep.
Yep.
So, you have much to look forward to in your life, which is basically this podcast. So, whatever you can take from that, grab it and run. Far from this podcast. I mean, in a way, but listen to it as well. Regularly on the reg. Listening to reggae. Those whose names are Reggie.
Amen.
Very specific audience we're looking for. Do you follow?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, we're coming up on 45 minutes. Play the music, Sean.
Oh,
Play it. Play the music,
yeah.
Sean. Oh, wow. What are you playing? 50 cow shells dropping?
Yeah, sorry.
We're not trying to paint a graphic, violent profile here.
See you later, Jesse.
Sean! It smells really...
Do you like the exhaust? See
Sean!
ya.
Wow! Oh my gosh!
Bye.
He just sped away on his motorcycle that he apparently has.
Jesse, I'm still here.
Oh my... Whoa,
But
hey. What? That wasn't you?
I'm looking for the music right now, so distract him.
That was very convincing.
I'm still gone, though.
Yeah, I guess he did leave, and that was his ghost because he crashed on his motorcycle. Oh, man. Now it's just me and Sean's ghost having a fun old time.
Hey, I'm back. I found the music.
Oh, hey, you're an angel now. Look at your wings.
Heaven was great, Jesse. You want me to tell you about?
Yeah, do they have motorcycles?
They didn't have... I couldn't find parking, so I'm back.
Do you have a mattress of dogs?
Yes, there's a mattress of dogs there. That's what I thought of.
Okay, cool. I'm booking a flight right now.
Anyway, thank you for watching the podcast. I'm back to say goodbye.
Watching it?
Watching.
Is that how they do it in heaven?
Yes, if you watch because
Sight is the
they're
new
watching
hearing?
through the ceiling because there's no because heaven can see you. God can see you anyway. My grandpa's looking at us right now. He told me. All right.
That's sweet.
That's what I come back to say. This podcast is Jesus approved. He loved it.
Well, you are an angel, so I guess I have to listen to you.
Yeah. Thank you for watching the podcast. Hopefully,
Yeah, thanks for listening to it. Those of you who are not dead and in heaven watching
hopefully
us.
you have enjoyed this podcast. We're gonna figure out how to put this on several platforms.
We sound so professional.
So if you're listening to this on YouTube, subscribe. If you're listening to this on any other SoundCloud, Spotify, or iTunes, do whatever you have to, because I don't know any of those, to follow or
subscribe
or
just regularly go to our page. Or we're losing you. Heaven. Is great.
We're at 47 minutes. This is taking too
mattress
long.
of dogs.
See. Bye.